Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Before I get started with this video, I just want to say Happy New Year's. The time has just been flying by so fast. I wish you guys all the best this year. I hope this year brings you guys love, joy, health, abundance, and a lot of opportunities. I know I haven't been active on this channel and I apologize for that. In today's video, it's going to be a quick let's chat personal video. Like I mentioned before, it's been a while since I posted on this channel. We all know that when the holidays come around, for some of us, it's really a hard time for whatever reason, personal reason or financial reasons. It doesn't matter. The holidays are great for some people and are hard for others. For me personally, I'm not going to get into too much details because it is personal and I'm not quite ready to talk about it openly. I hope you guys can respect that. But long story short, something happened that triggered my trauma, which it put me in a spot mentally and emotionally where I was not right. And no, you guys, I am not going to just come on here and just create content every time I'm doing good, every time I am doing good speech wise too. It's not that at all. I actually want to make content of the days that I stutter more, the days that I have a bad day, so you guys can see my life, see what I go through on good days and see what I go through on bad days, speech wise and my life in general. However, I am not going to come on here if I am not right mentally, if that makes sense. When you're not right mentally and emotionally, it just messes you up entirely because your brain is the most important, I don't want to say most important part of your body, but your brain works everything else in your system. Anyways, I just want to make sure that I'm good so I can be good for you guys. And at the end of the day, you guys, I don't want to pretend that I'm okay because that's unhealthy for me mentally. For me at that time, it was important to put things on pause, to take some time to get my thoughts and emotions together because again, I was not in a good spot. Then when I was finally feeling better, I was finally getting ready to make content again. You know, life happens, things happen unexpectedly. So something happened in my life. I'm not going to say too much in detail and I hope you guys can respect that. It put me in a really bad spot mentally. It didn't affect me too much emotionally because I feel like I was able to heal emotionally, but I was still struggling mentally. And that just put me again in a spot where I was like, okay, I need to work on myself for a little bit, and that's okay. I'm gonna put this on hold. Just because I'm putting things on hold, it doesn't mean that I'm gonna stop doing it or I'm gonna forget about it forever. No, it's just for the time being, I'm gonna take care of myself, make sure that I'm okay mentally and emotionally. Then when I feel better, I'll get back to those things that I was doing and I am doing. Mental health is such an important thing that I cannot stress enough. I noticed that these couple of years, mental health has been pushed to the public. More people are talking about it. More people are bringing awareness to it. I'm just happy to see that mental health is becoming something that is being talked about. People are trying to better themselves, and that's amazing. You taking the time that you need better yourself to make sure that you are good is so important. And because if you are not okay, how do you expect to be okay for somebody else? How do you expect to be okay for the people you care, for the people you love? I know that sometimes it's easy to put on a face, to act like everything's okay, but at the end of the day, you are only hurting yourself because when the day comes to an end, you are taking off that mask where and when nobody can see you, and you're in that dark place, in that dark hole, feeling lonely, maybe helpless, questioning everything because you're going about your day putting on this face, this personality, this whole view to other people, like, yeah, I'm okay, great, life is great, when in reality you're struggling in the inside. Don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to heal. Don't be afraid to work on yourself. It's okay to be selfish at times. I really pushed on that one. It's okay to be selfish sometimes, especially when it comes to bettering your mental health, when it comes to just bettering yourself. Self-love and self-care are a thing for a reason. They exist for a reason because it's important to take care of yourself. And I know that some of us have big responsibilities to take care of others, and that may not be an option that we chose. It might be something that was chosen to us. And if you're somebody that is going through something similar to that, that always has to take care of somebody else, or that you have these big responsibilities towards other people, I'm really sorry that is the case. But just please, please, please know that it's okay to put those people to the side, because you've been taking care of them for so long. You've been putting their needs first before yours for so long. So it's okay to put them aside for a little bit. In the meantime, you take care of yourself. In the meantime, you work on yourself. In the meantime, you try to better yourself so then you can become a better version of yourself. So then you can be a better version for those people. And if you guys get anything out of this video today, please do something this week or throughout the week that is beneficial to you in the long run. I have noticed that when I'm okay mentally but not okay emotionally, I do tend to stutter more, but not as bad. But when I am not okay mentally, but somewhat okay emotionally, you guys, I stutter so much more. When everything was going on these last couple of months, my stutter, you guys, oh my goodness, I was stuttering so bad. I was stuttering on words and sounds that I normally don't have trouble with, and I'm stuttering even more on sounds and letters that I struggle more with. And I felt so out of control with my whole life in general. You know, when things happen in your life unexpectedly, you just feel like your life is out of control. I was feeling like my life was out of control at the moment, and then with my speech, I just felt like my speech was way out of control because I wasn't right mentally. And what I'm going with this is that when you are good mentally, everything else is good. For me, promises mean so much to me, and you guys mean so much to me. So I won't promise you guys something unless it's really meaningful and really important. I promise you guys that if you work on your mental health, when your mental health is better, you won't stutter as much. Your stutter will reduce because your mind is right. Your mind is healthy. When you're good up here, everything else is good. Let's just take a step back. How come we stutter? What causes us to stutter? Well, when we think of a sentence, our brain is already calculating before we even speak. It's already calculating what we are about to say. When we stutter, that sentence gets a block. So it's like, hi, block. My name is block. You really don't have control over your brain, what your brain chooses to do. When you go like this, you are giving your brain a signal before you put your hand up. You're giving your brain a signal before you sit down. When you are okay mentally, those blocks that we get when speaking, when trying to say something, may not be as much or as bad as when you're not okay mentally, when you're really going through it. I don't really know much about this. I'm not a specialist, but having trauma and being triggered by certain things that make your trauma not come back to life, but like say, oh, hello, I'm right here. That can be really, really, really hard to deal with, especially if you don't know how to deal with those emotions, with those thoughts. And that can lead you to a really bad spot, because when life is going bad, when unexpected things happen in your life that you may either get triggered or not due to a traumatic event, it's so easy to go back into that dark spot, back into that dark hole, because we immediately tend to go towards our negative thoughts instead of trying to look at the positive side, instead of trying to be more positive. We tend to go this route before we go to this route. Throughout my life, before I even started this, that would be my route. I would just be negative, and it wasn't intentionally, because who wants to be miserable? But it's just something that, again, my brain is wired. I don't know if I want to say wired. It's a really, really bad habit that I have slash had, and I'm working on it, because when things got bad, when I wasn't right mentally, I again put everything on pause, because I love you guys. You guys are so important to me. I still in my heart want to support and help you guys. But again, how am I going to be there for you guys when I'm not being there for myself? I had to take a pause, be there for myself, make sure I'm good, make sure I'm healed, so then I'm able to show up for you guys, so then I can help you guys. I was still thinking about you guys. I have all these ideas, but it wasn't right. It didn't feel right for me to make content, for me to put something out there, that my intentions weren't fully there, because my mind was all over there. I want to make sure that when I post something for you guys, it's meaningful, the intentions are there. What helps me feel better? I'm not a specialist. What works for me may work for you, or may not work for you, and what works for you may or may not work for me. From my experience, from my journey, from my healing journey, what I do is I either read an inspirational, meaningful book. By reading these books, it's just sometimes a refreshment to what you already knew, because sometimes we tend to forget about these important things, about this important information that can really help us in our lives. Two is just writing down my thoughts. When you have so much crap in your head, thoughts, plans, just anything, it gets overwhelmed. You start to feel like you're starting to get like blocks on your back, and things are starting to get too heavy, because you have so much junk in your head, junk that shouldn't be there. By me writing things down really helps me feel better mentally. So reading, journaling, meditating, and doing something I love to do. I just like to do things that bring me joy, that bring me peace. So if you guys are somebody that are on the go 24/7, just take a day, one day to sleep in, one day to relax. Don't feel bad for doing something that at the end of the day is going to recharge you, is going to feel good, because you're finally being able to breathe and getting help, asking for help. There is nothing wrong with asking for help. There is nothing wrong with seeking help. Use your resources around you. So for example, I was going to therapy a couple of years ago, but then I stopped, and recently, because of those situations that I had a couple of months ago, it made me realize that I need help. I need to go back to therapy. And I did. I thankfully found a therapist on top of me going to speech therapy. And no, therapy is not for crazy people. It's there to help you better yourself, better your mental health, better whatever situation you may be going through. And something that I want to tell you guys is that just because you find a therapist, just because you get a therapist, doesn't mean you need to stay with that therapist. If you guys feel like that therapist isn't right for you, if you don't feel comfortable, if you feel like your needs aren't being met, that what you are going in for, you are not getting the help, you have the opportunity, the right to keep looking. Really hope that you guys find the right speech therapist and or therapist that is for you, so you can get the benefits and the help and support that you are looking for and that you deserve. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you found it somewhat helpful. Again, I do apologize that I haven't been active on this channel. I am feeling better and I am back at it again. And thank you guys for being patient, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye. I want you guys to repeat this after me. I am capable. I am no longer letting my stutter control me. I am no longer allowing myself to be controlled by my stutter. My stutter is not me. My stutter is just a part of me.